Hey, how we going, guys? Mick here from the Cartel, back another kick-ass cider wine review. Not a beer review, not a mead review, this is cider wine. What's a cider wine? Well, it's a hybrid beverage. Cloudy apple juice and cloudy grape juice and the additions of grape skins. The other addition we put into this was the use of S189 lager yeast and 4 cream nugger buck jaloka chilies, which are part of the Ghost chili family. 4 pods. They are intense heat. They're not a heat that sort of sticks around, but they are very sort of up front and right in your face. Palate destroyers. But anyway, going into the 200ml Lambton Boltlow Craft Beer Festival glass. 10 litres into the keg. So we've got this on tap to try it out carbonated. I feel that carbonation is probably going to be a good thing for this particular beverage, being the main ingredient is the cloudy apple juice. It was quite clear when it went into the keg. No back sweetening. This did finish pretty dry, so we started off with a original gravity of 1.120 down to a 0.997, gave us about 16.1%. So therefore, little drinks, 16.1%, well within the wine category, or the tolerance of wine, and pretty much nudging the tolerance of that S189 lager yeast. The colour's good, still carbonating. We're still sitting at around about, I've just backed it off, but we 30 psi for 2 days so far. Go another 2 days at that 30 psi into 10 litres. We're thinking it's going to take a little bit more time. It's much like trying to ingress the CO2 into, making your own soft drinks on keg, on tap. Takes a lot longer. It takes a lot more work to get the CO2 into the solution, and I think it's going to be much the same with this. Anyway, let's go in for a taste. Straight up hits you in here, the heat into the sternum. That heat comes sort of back up after it's hit you about the sternum, and then it's playing on the palate. Sometimes you get it the other way around with the use of chilies in alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages. I did have recently one that was the other way around, so it was just intense on the palate, and then not until it sort of went down that you got that burn. This was the other way around, and so it does take your breath away to begin with, and so you get that straight in the sternum, a little bit under the sternum, and that's sort of as far as it goes, and the rest is sort of just sits there and plays on the palate. Not a lot of sulphur in it. I pick up a little bit in there. There's obviously the aromas of the cloudy apple juice, the aromas of the white grape juice, and the tannins from the grape skins. I only used half as much as what it said to use for the grape skins. Everything else was pretty much what it was. So was about 5.5 litres of apple juice, 3.5 litres of grape juice, and the rest is just a little bit of water to bring it up over the 10 litres. So it was about 11.5 litres in that, spread over 2 carboys, and we ended up with about 10 litres in the keg. So it's very fruity. I'm getting citrus aroma and a little bit of citrus on the taste, actually from the, I believe, which is coming from the white chilies. That is one of the descriptors of the white, the orange, the yellow, and I think there's also a purple variant too. There's a chocolate variant, which is a lot more pungent, a lot more fleshy. I'm picking up the chili flesh in this. So it's almost got like that capsicum flavour about it, sort of fleshy. A little bit warmer here in Newcastle today, but we are coming into the cooler weather. The breeze is really nice at the moment. It's sort of that autumn feel about it coming on. So it's going to be a nice drink to have on keg as those seasons approach. It's definitely more of a cider than it is a white wine. It does dominate the aroma and the flavour a lot. Sitting at 3.5 degrees in the Keezer, it's sort of warmed in the glass, and there's this happy medium of aroma and flavour. As it warms a little bit, it's losing that sulphur aroma, that little bit of sulphur that was in there. Sort of just gases off in the glass. Really mellow heat. It doesn't build at all. It just sort of coats the palate. A touch of burn as it goes, sort of hits the sternum area, a little bit below that, but doesn't get really that bad. For a chili that's got Scovilles that are quite high, and it's definitely up the top with many hybrid chilies. It doesn't really have that. Yeah, it's sort of, I can feel it coming across my forehead, and slight pulsating feeling in the temple, which you get from chilies, that I get from chilies anyway. For a hybrid and for what it is, it's sort of moreish. Like I want more of it. 16.1%, so it's a little bit dangerous to sort of go try to build a session on it, but I would guarantee, if I'd had 3 of those over the space of, an hour or two, I'd be definitely feeling it, and I'd probably be a little bit sick of it after that. But it is moreish is the word, I guess. Yeah, definitely. It does have a little bit of that fleshiness about it, which I like. I've had beers that have had chili in it before, and it's not so much a heat, it's more of that chili flavour in it, and I've always wondered how they get it in there without creating too much heat. This sort of reminds me of that Six Strings Belgian, I think it was a Belgian blonde or something like that. I have to go back through all my records and maybe my reviews and tastings and actually see, but it was 100% sure it was the Six Strings one, some sort of Belgian ale, or a quad even. They had chili in it. It was such a clean tasting beer. This reminds me a lot of that. This would probably make a really good Belgian blonde, sort of braggot, even with the use of the white wine base. Oh, nice. Probably something I'd do seasonally, I think. Yeah, definitely throw that back in there with one of those ones I'd do again, but coming into the cooler months. I don't think I'd change much about it. I think 10 litres will just double it up, go 20 litres to completely fill the keg. I would have gone into my 10 litre keg, but it's currently occupied with something else, which is coming up very soon. Definitely worth a try. Cheers.